What up, people? Happy ID4. Yeah, man. Today, I'm going to title this one, Meet Me. I feel like I still haven't explained the essentials of what I'm trying to do or why I'm the way I am with content. I am a music fanatic, hip hop, R&B. I mean, I don't want to name everything, but I am a music fanatic who's been this way. Well, a writing fanatic, I'll say, because movies and music and just, entertainment, stuff like that, it's the profession I've always wanted to, be involved in. And just the whole aura of being, well, having your material out there and people liking your material. That's pretty much it. That's all anybody who creates, besides the money aspect of it, you want people to come to your world, for a couple hours. Just be in my world just to see and hear and just feel, the things I like and the things I feel and the things I'm into. And maybe somebody will see one of these videos and be like, damn, this guy, he's real about the stuff he like. Is no shame in his game. I mean, it's so he's transparent with just about everything. I mean, I don't get too personal because, who wants that business all on the internet? But so it's basically just meet this guy right here. Maybe somebody out there can relate to these videos I put out and say, he's unorthodox. He's all over the place, but there are points in what he's saying, and he's also spaced out blazing. So that tends to hinder the thinking ability sometimes. you know, Sorry to say, but that's how that goes. So I mean, music, and just um, any art, anything that has to do with creating or being a creative, always interested me. I mean, I always gravitated towards movies, and I don't know how I remember a lot of stuff that I remember from my childhood, but I remember so much that I'm like, wow, how do I remember this? Where's this memory coming from? So I remember, from 5 years old, just just hearing music and like just everybody once. I mean, I see a lot of babies, just hear music and start just bopping their head and getting into it and dancing and feeling that rhythm. Once you feel that rhythm, it might not ever go away. Like in my case, it didn't go away. The love just throughout the years hearing different genres of music coming in and out, and it's hard to explain. It's just you just love it so much. You just want to. You never not want you never don't want to be a part of the talk, the whole the music artists and the new artists that come out. I'm considered an old guy, but I'm into all of that. I keep up with all of that. I'm like a media person, a media guy. I'm into all of that. The younger guys and everything. I know all of the younger guys. I know what's going on with the newer artists because it's just a love for it. You never stop caring about the art form. I know sometimes it has its highs and lows. Sometimes hip hop is like the number one selling genre of music, and sometimes it's way at the bottom. You don't even get any hip hop songs charting or anything, not even in a Billboard 200. So, but I've never not loved hip hop, even with the ups and downs. So, from hearing in 1982. See, I'm telling my age, but in 1982, I heard. I think it was. Well, this is what made me want to actually pursue it, or just at least try to see if I had any kind of artistic ability or skills or anything in music. At this time, I was basically focused on music, like in the early '80s. It was just all about just being a MC. But you hear songs like the Sugar Hill hip hop, the hibbity hibbity, and all that. You hear that, and you have nothing else to compare it to because it's it's the first thing you've ever heard like that. So you can't compare it to what was maybe hot in the '70s. Disco was fading away, and in that, hip hop was gradually making its way in after disco. You know, just pretty much basically went out of style. People just got tired of disco. But from hearing the Double Dutch Bus and rapping Duke and all of that, man, there was nothing else to compare it to. You're like, what is this new sound? Where's this coming from? Who came up with this? And it just ascended. It just got better and better and better. And then people start putting lyrics to it and making it mean something and giving it, start to tell their upbringings and, the stories. And it got so interesting. It was like listening to a movie. I loved hip hop, man. At one point, it was all I was thinking about. I'm, you know, working and take your lunch break and you jot things down because writing is like the number one thing for me. I'm always jotting stuff down. I'm always thinking of new ideas. I don't know why I kept all of this stuff from years ago when I was a kid and teenagers. I still have everything I've ever written that I've ever submitted to anybody. I've kept. I'll get into that later, but just hearing where I forgot where I was going, but just I'll skip to 1982 when I heard Run DMC Suck MCs. That did it for me. Once I heard that, I said, "What the hell is going on?" And the crazy thing is, the area I grew up in, um, you always hear the music playing, but never knew where the music was coming from. It was like it was coming out of the sky, but you always heard these new records. And this is before it was real popular for people to go around blasting the music in their vehicles. So that wasn't even a big deal yet. People didn't start doing that yet, like the super early '80s, 81, 82, 83, something like that. Just remembering hearing Run DMC Suck MCs, and like, where's it coming from? But I'm hearing it, and everybody stop on the street and dance to it. But who was playing it? We never knew where the music was coming from. It was so funny. Like, it was just coming out of the sky. Then somehow everybody got the tape and passed it around. People was dubbing the song, and because I don't remember. I didn't have no money as a kid, but I had access to all of the new music that came out, and so I'm assuming that's how it happened. My older brothers and whatnot, and friends around the neighborhood listened to pretty much the same stuff I was listening to, and it got passed around like that. But I don't remember like just going out like purchasing much at that age, around in the early 80s, because I was still in school. So I didn't have any money to do that. You just, you get it somehow, or like I said, you'll just mysteriously just hear a song playing from out of the sky somewhere, and you're like, what the hell is that? So once, I heard Run DMC in 82, and once I heard Suck MCs, and then LL Cool J. Once I heard LL Cool J, that was it for me. Everybody that grew up with me, that used to rap with me, and was in the group with me, will tell you he is the epitome to me. The cap doesn't get any higher for me as a hip hop fan. That's where it stops for me. He started everything for me. He's the one who made me want to be a MC, basically. I copied his style. I wrote my rhymes just like he was writing his. I pretty much was, like they called it back in the day, biting his style. LL Cool J is top tier for me, and he's always going to be number one on my list of 50 or 100 top MCs. He's my number one, period. So I'll just leave it at that, and then maybe, I don't know, maybe rock him after him. But he's my top tier, so I don't really do any comparisons to him, because it stops there. Like, in R&B and just music in general, Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson are my top tier. Nothing goes by them for me. Those are the top tier for me. So Cool J, Stevie, Michael, Wu-Tang. I'll get to the Wu-Tang story another time, but they practically saved my life, pretty much. I mean, when they first came on the scene, it was just all over for me. But in later videos, I'll get deep into the hip hop history of how I really got into it. But just trying to give everybody an idea of what I was into growing up, and the people I were hanging around. Most of them were into the same thing as well. Some memories stick to you, and you don't know why. You just remember certain things that happened in life. I distinctively remember we were moving. Me and my family were moving. It was 9 of us, I think. No, there was 7 of us at the time, I think. I don't remember, but we were moving. I think it was 1977. See, I'm telling my age again. 1977, and I remember distinctively this image in my head. I can close my eyes now and just remember it. We were moving. I was helping my mother, like, just move something around. Remember, we were just moving something, and we were still basically freshly moving into to the house. And something popped up on the TV, and I watched my mother just stop and look at the TV. And I looked up at the TV myself, and I'm a kid. I'm a baby. And I'm looking at the TV, looking at her look at the TV, and it's I see a white jumpsuit and a guy holding a microphone like this, slick back hair and whatnot, dark jet black hair, and I remember that as a kid just saying that, and I looked at my mother, she was crying, and I heard her say, Elvis Presley died. And that was my introduction to him through her, because I didn't know, as a kid, I didn't know she liked him like that. And when he died, man, and I watched her as a kid, like this, looking at the TV crying, and I don't know why I remember that, but that was one of the things that stuck with me. Like I remember being introduced to Elvis through her, because she teared up when he passed away. So, as a kid, seeing that iconic photo on the news of him, with the microphone and with the date that he passed away and all of that under there. And I remember her watching that and her crying, and I didn't understand why she was crying. But then I got old and started, she started telling me that she was into Elvis and had all of his music. And that's pretty much how I got into him. In certain things you just remember. I don't know why I brought the story up, but certain things just stick out to you like, wow, why do I remember that so clearly too? Yeah, but yeah, once 86 came, I think I started writing. No, 85, I started writing my first, I said, let me try to write something. I wrote my first, rhyme, rap, whatever. And I used to go around the neighborhood. The other guys that rapped and were the other groups in the neighborhood used to always say, hey, why don't you kick that rap for us? And I would say it, and they like, it didn't even make any sense. It was just a bunch of words jumbled together, but it was fun. And once I got that reaction, I just kept at it. And this was like 1986, and just kept writing and writing and writing, and meeting new people who did the same. And we all just always on my mind, nothing but hip hop. It was just pretty much, I just wanted to write, write, write. Got older, jot down ideas, you start writing. But I jumped the gun. I want to back up to 1987. I think it was 87 or 88. Something else that I remember so clearly, like I could close my eyes and I could see it happening, hear it happening, exactly how it happened. I was it was 87, I'll say 87. Outside, playing. I still live home with my mother, of course. And she opened the window and called me to come in the house. So I run in the house to see what was going on. She gave me a phone and said, hey, it's somebody on here named Laura. I'm not gonna say her last name, but Laura whatever. And I said, who's that? And I grabbed the phone. She said it was something about something you wrote. So I grabbed the phone from my mother, and I'm talking to this lady named Laura something. And she said, I received the script that you wrote, but I have to send it back. I can't accept it, and I'll explain, and I'll send you a letter, send your scripts back, and explain why in the letter. So, and I'm on the phone like, who the hell is this again? Like, who is this? She said, I am blank blank from the Cosby Show. You wrote some scripts for a different world, to show that spinoff show, A Different World. We received your scripts that you wrote, and I am William H. Cosby's secretary. So Bill Cosby's secretary. This is a true story. Everybody can vouch for me that know me. They know this is a true story. So Bill Cosby's secretary is talking to me, a nobody, zero, a kid who didn't even know what he was doing. I literally sent scripts in handwritten. They weren't even typed or anything. This is how much I knew what I was doing. I didn't have any idea of how to do any of that. So I just must have found the address to the show in the back of a magazine I had, and say, you know what, let me send them these and see what happens. And she actually contacted me, and I'm frozen. I'm on the phone like she was telling me, take some writing courses, go to college, blah blah blah. Give me the rundown, or just becoming better and getting better. She appreciated the stories I sent, but of course, they couldn't accept them for legal reasons. And I understood. I mean, as a kid, it was I understood the best I could. So, but I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. Somebody from the Cosby Show is talking to a nobody kid about a script that he wrote. I don't know why that sticks with me, but it was like one of the greatest moments for somebody that age, pretty much in my life at that time. It was like, what the hell is going on? I couldn't believe it. So I hung up the phone maybe another, maybe 2 or 3 days. I don't remember, but I know I received a letter from them real fast. I mean, it became just like that. And the letter stated, well, you know what? It's sitting right next to me. So let's grab that. Uh, so yes, I received a letter, which is it has a really old address I used to live at on here. So the place don't even exist anymore. It was May 11th, 1988. I received this letter, and there's the I don't know if you can see it, Cosby Show logo. It's an old address and my name on there. I don't care if you see my name. Who am I? But yeah, so this is the letter. And I'm not going to read the whole thing. Matter of fact, I'm not going to read any of it because it has so many names in it that I don't know. I don't want to really be saying anybody's name, but it's basically telling me that they can accept my scripts because of, of course, legal copyright policies and what have you. And she says, thanks again for writing, and enthusiastic letters like yours make us even more proud of our show, A Different World, the show I wrote for. But it says it's on hiatus right now. But as soon as the cast and crew are back, we'll have them send you the photos you requested. So I request if it's possible, can you send me photos of the cast and everything? And so she's saying, well, yeah, once they come back from vacation, they'll send the photos. So yeah, man, this is like, I've kept this since 1988. This is like gold to me, but the Cosby situation. So to some people, it means absolutely nothing. But to me, it was a pivotal moment in my life that made me say, you know what? Somebody out there is going to, read something that I wrote or hear something that I wrote, and it's going to change them in some way, where they're going to get, some kind of inspiration out of it. So this is why I do the channel, man. I would sit on here and tell stories all day, but those are like the ones that really stick out to me. So if it's like, I want all of the nerds. Come on, bring the nerds over, bring the movie buffs, bring the music lovers, bring the hip hop, whatever. I want all of y'all over here. Just make it one big family. We can talk about the stuff we love, man, the nostalgia of it. I know what I was just talking about might not appeal to a lot of people, but that's my story. That it's going to get, more detailed soon. But that's pretty much the short version. There's certain things you just remember in your life, and and they stick with you forever. And those two stories about the Elvis thing and the Cosby people calling me. Yeah, man. But it's like I said, everybody come over here. Well, no Sally's, no Sally's. We don't. No. We good on that. But yeah, just come over, man. Just everybody talk. Let's enjoy each other's company. You know, uh, we can debate online. We can do whatever y'all feel. We can go back and forth about whatever. I don't care what it is. As long as we stay positive, no negative. I just want to talk about upbringings and movies and music and just artistic feelings, just life feelings, period. Anything. You can talk about anything besides, the things that we think people are going to be so segregated on about. So I don't want to deal with any of that. I want everybody right now. I just want everybody to come together and just discuss this kind of stuff. Discuss the childhood. You can get everything off your chest. The nerd stuff. I'm into all the Comic Cons and all of that. I mean, most of y'all already know that. So yeah, man. Yep. We're gonna try to get that done. So come join the team, man. Let's come over here and let's have a chill time. Let's relax and talk about anything. I keep saying anything. Not anything. Not anything. As long as it's positive and we ain't hurting nobody, it's all chill. We all good. But today, I just want to say, I don't really do much on 4th of July. I haven't in years. Uh, but everybody be safe out there. No craziness. You know, no craziness. And I got more stories to come. Just trying to bring that energetic energy. You know, somebody out here might see that guy and say, "Man, that big headed guy right there got a lot up in that brain of his." Now that's all it is. You just want to spill it out. You just want to, I don't know why I jotted all the throughout the years, just jotting stuff down. Like, hey, I can use that as a song. Oh, I can use that as a movie title. Oh, I can throw that in a movie. I could. All of my life I've been that way, just jotting shit down all the time. Like I'm going to use it one day in life. So this is what I'm doing now. I use some of the, I don't want to give out all of my, just the stuff that I'm working on because, I to be a surprise. But, I got some stuff that I'm working on that I use a lot of AI music on that I'm creating with the, of course I write everything, but, just, use that to, go with the visuals that I put out, because I'm all about the visual storytelling. I'll create a song, write the lyrics, do the layout and everything, format it and everything, do the visuals to the song that I made up, and a lot of them be coming out really, really good. I mean, some of it is like, I can't even believe that I did it. And it goes so perfectly with the actual music. So I'm working on stuff like that. I'm trying to get better in doing those kind of things. Yep. I know I'm babbling. So we can talk. We can talk. I just want to because there's so much craziness going on right now. I want to know what everybody else is thinking or what everybody else is doing to maintain their sanity while all of this is going on in the world, you know. So who else out there feel like me? Just is this? I mean, we see everything, we're aware of everything that's going on, but we're still in our own world and we're enjoying our own company, doing the things we like, being around the people we like to be around, and that's basically it. So all of you guys, come over here with me and just join this join this family, and let's have some discussions, man. If you guys want to be spaced out and blaze like I am, or the concept of the whole entire channel, come along and join me. More stories to come, more ranting to do, more Sallies to get away from. We got a lot coming for y'all, man. But all right, I'm out.